blue side.
Tambula
Up
ya
against
guys ya,
MV on the red
Homeboys
side as second pick.
monster
Okay,
review.
so interesting that Homeboys is the first pick, so they
Oke
have priority
guys,
pick
kita
here.
mulai
So
game
Masha as well as
ketiga ya guys ya,
okay, I was
antara
thinking,
Homeboys
don't let go of
sama
Matilda.
Monster
I
guys
feel
ya.
like you gotta ban all of Zorn's heroes, but then
Serius,
you let Nolan go.
apakah
I feel like the
Mobil
Nolan
akan bisa
somehow, because
membalikan keadaan Homeboys
SRG
ya
has
guys
beaten
ya?
Homeboys with it.
Kita tonton ya guys, game grafik.
It's beatable.
Tiga
It's
hero
beatable. I would
kemudian
rather let go of the Nolan than something like a Matilda.
Yep, it still requires a lot of mechanics to actually get through. Gotta have those fast hands. Let's not forget. We see the chip. Yes, there we go. Get rid of the cheese picks here. And now Homeboys have so many options. Speaking of which, let's see what their first pick is going to be. I don't think they're going to first pick Roger this time round again, right? Like, I mean, Ruff does a great job, but at the same time, ooh, huh? Wow. I don't know. Did they have to take a step back? Is Homeboys like, okay, we may have lost a bit of confidence here, but at the same time, let's go back to our comfort picks.
Honestly, even though it didn't work out game number 1, the Angela Boxia is still an option.
I think it's a pretty good option, as a matter of fact. Well, this is on condition, right? This is on condition. Let's see how MV handles the situation, because I think Subway did a great job in game number 2 on Fredrin itself.
Yeah, but Fredrin has been picked up here, so I'm feeling Boxia, Angela, and then Grog.
Okay.
Grog and Valentina. So they're going with the draft that actually got them the W.
Okay. Okay. Maybe this is going to be a repeat.
Would Homeboys take Nathan here?
No, I don't think they would. Personally, I don't think they would. I feel like specifically Nets is like, I can win the lane. I've been winning these lanes consistently. It's just one interaction that really turns the tides for me, and our draft didn't really allow me to get that like big shut down on everybody else, because fights happened too quickly and I kept getting zoned out. So I think this a lot of the consideration needs to go into the EXP.
I feel like Novaria or Lilia here would be pretty good.
Ooh, those are decent options. Those are decent options. I think Lilia would be the safer one. Let's see. We see the Harith. Ooh, he's warming up. He's like, all right, give me the comfort picks. I'm ready to go. Farsa into the Grok again?
I trust in Udil, but at the same time, there's logic when it comes to the heroes. Like, Farsa can deal with people that want to dive against the Farsa because she can stun. But when the Grok is charging at you, you can't stun the Grok. He's immune to crowd control.
Yep.
The power of nature is pretty strong.
Yeah. Yeah, not to mention that you can cancel out the Feather Airstrike not even with the Wild Card. Just use the Guardian's Barrier. Like, he just needs to be in position. I think it's interesting, right? Or maybe this could be redemption arc for Udil, where it's like, game 1, I got caught a couple of times. Don't worry. Game 3, I'ma do it.
Let's just go full cheese. Golden Farsa.
Golden Farsa.
Jungle Harith.
Jungle Harith. Okay.
EXP Fredrin.
No, support Fredrin.
Oh, Rome Fredrin.
Rome Fredrin.
I mean, sure, why not? Sure. You want to go full cheese?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Gotta shake things up.
It smells like stinky blue cheese.
Oh boy, the French are gonna be offended with that one. Now we can move into the second ban phase here. And I think there's just it's tough to say, because I feel like Homeboys, they've got to get rid of things that are able to jump to the back line and start disrupting their back line. I'm thinking Yuzong, Benedetta, get him out of there. Get him out of there.
Arlet getting banned.
Oh, okay. Rather interesting.
Arlet. Why Arlet?
Why more so? Why now?
I feel like the Arlet ban is to set up for their EXP. So I'm thinking of, what does Arlet counter? I'm thinking of CC. What else does the Arlet counter?
Actually,
right?
There's a lot of lanes.
Like, Arlet is generally good. He doesn't specifically counter anyone.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. That's a very good way of putting it. Homeboys, on the other hand, they're taking the maximum amount of time to predetermine what their next step is going to be. And I think this is important because, again, their composition is so volatile.
Okay, to be fair, Phovius is good against the Harith.
It's good against the Harith, but this might open up for a possibility of Frederick going into the EXP. And
Homeboys akan kalah ya guys ya, atau bakal menang guys pertandingan ke-1 guys.
That too.
Homeboys
Yeah.
A lot of different options for the dashes to get rid of.
On the
other hand, now looking at this, okay, I think Haru's starting to catch on
that
initially,
Nolan could be a threat.
It could be a possibility. I mean, even Joy could be a threat at this point, to be fair.
Wait. Yeah, the Angela is still open.
Yeah.
They could go for Joy Angela. I don't think that's the best draft, but Homeboys, they've been going on with this crazy draft.
Hey man, it's wild. You heard it from Danny Hood. In the past couple of seasons, they've lost 2 matches before they warmed up. I mean, it could be Homeboys fulfilling the KPI.
I feel like you should respect the Vendetta here.
Or, I mean, the thing is that you don't get first pick after this, after the banning phase, right? That's the worst part. So no matter what, Envy could decide, you know what? I could just go for the Benedetta instantaneously and say, hey, no matter what, I've got a decent option.
So I think Homeboys, this is what they're considering. Do they ban out the Benedetta or ban out a jungler? And they're banning out a jungler. They're banning out the Baxia.
Really making it difficult for Subway this time round. Maybe Subway could even consider going for an assassin.
Akai? Oh, Granger?
Oh, dude, that'd be kind of sick.
Right?
That'd be kind of sick. Ranger, jungle.
But if they want tanky, then Akai. I'm thinking of Akai.
Yeah, Akai's not bad. Baratz has already been banned out as well. And plus, you got another way to actually disrupt both the Harith on top of the Farsa as well.
So now Envy, a lot of options here. They could pick up the Benedetta and then let the jungle pick be last.
Nothing beats the adrenaline rush.
Benedetta, okay, there we go. Now they've opened it up. Homeboys looking to complete their composition. They've dealt with this particular combo of Grokken as well as Benedetta before. How are they going to manage it this time around? How are they going to do something different from game number 2?
They need someone that's very fast.
Rotational fast or just
rotational fast. Rotational fast. Khalid is fast, but I don't know how Khalid goes against the Benedetta.
It's a pretty volatile lane.
All the injustice in the world.
Oh, they're taking their signatures.
It's the classic.
It's
It's the classic. They're like, everybody, we are playing Comfort, and Haru, he sniffed it out. It's like, okay, it looks like they're playing Comfort. Let's see if we can punish this, because we're going to be picking up the Akai on our side. Good luck. This Paquito, oh man, Sapat, he needs to come out big time. He's going to have to be providing a damage type that nobody else has too much of. That's physical. Everybody else is going either magical or true.
I feel like this is man-to-man defense. Like, the Tursla can't keep up with the Benedetta. Well, you know what they say. Bring fist to a sword fight.
Yep, that's how they do it. I've learned from every single movie, and that usually how it's played out. Homeboys or MV, cast your votes in the chat itself. Who's going to be walking away with an extra point under their name? Oh boy, man, this is going to be interesting to see how both teams play. Every stage of the game, there is a win condition for either side.
I feel like Zoran has been putting a lot of points on Chip. Does he have enough left in the tank to use his Cho? I really feel this is go big or go home for Homeboys.
Well, this is their last opportunity here on this day itself with their signature picks as well against a tier 2 slaying team. This could be a statement piece for Monster Vicious.
And I gotta say, man, this time I feel like it is on Zeno's shoulders again to carry the entire team. Not to say that he has to, but the way that he's been playing, he's making it very easy for his entire team to actually hold on to the game.
I would agree, but I think this time Monster Vicious are coming in with even more tools than game number 2. So I think, at least for Zeno, some pressure is alleviated, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that he could willy-nilly make mistakes.
Looking at this, Fakes as well as Nova, they're trying to go into the jungle, and Zorn here finds Fakes.
Uh-oh.
Can he get a kill? Looks like not gonna be forcing it out.
Sapat was even running for it. Wow.
Hapon, bro? Ah,
now Sabat decided to take Sprint instead of Flicker this time round. Rob,
Man-to-man
interesting.
defense. Man-to-man defense. Like, if you're running away, I'm going for you.
If he has to use that Sprint to run halfway across the map to get to a turtle or Lord fight, he will activate it.
And right now, looking at the entire map.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What are you
All
looking
right.
at?
I'm looking at the fact that movement speed is so key for Monster Vicious, right? Coming in from Nova X Kobar, he's even taking common emblems as well. He just wants to maintain as much pressure across the map as possible, looking for any holes in Homeboys' play.
And right now, it looks like it is man-to-man defense for Homeboys because the Cho is trying to figure out where the Grok is. The Paquito is going to figure out where the Vendetta is. So I feel like this is a more reactive way of how Homeboys is playing. They're just trying to figure out where everyone is so that they don't get surprised. So they're trying to make sure that whenever they're fighting on equal ground.
It is. Oh, great movement coming in from Nets. He's able to kind of manipulate the wave so that at least the wave starts crashing in. Some more surface area, more of the minions are being lost at this point. There's a slow push on that top side, and Ruff took a bad trade, so now the rest of the Homeboys, they see an opportunity here. They're going to get right on top of this turtle. Zeno's doing his best.
Yep, Zorn is level 4, but he has to be careful because the heavy spin can cancel out the way of the dragon.
Here we go, Electro final blow, feathered airstrike as well being committed, and it's going to be Subway who zones out Chibi entirely and secures the Lord for himself. Now Real, he's got to get on out of there. Uses the feathered airstrike to look for an opportunity to secure first blood and petrify as well from Zeno, buying a little bit of time here as Fakes with a stolen feathered airstrike looking for Chibi. He makes it out with a sliver of HP. No first bloods.
That was impressive from both teams. It looks like Monster Vicious, they're not stepping their foot off the gas all the way from game number 2. They want to make sure that they secure the turtle. They're using the draft very, very nicely.
Oh, Purify coming out, Fakes. He's stuck. He's out in the open. Gets hit by the feathered airstrike. He's down. And Nova X Kobar, he's a little sad. He missed it. Could not cancel it.
Looks like Sapat almost gets a kill onto Zeno as well. This time Zeno is having a little bit of a rough time. Nova X Kobar finds Nets, and Nets wants to fight back, having the Zaman Force onto Nova X Kobar, but I don't think he has enough damage to get a kill just yet.
I think worse yet, he doesn't have enough mana. He forces that wave out of there. He knows Ruff took an early recall. He's going to be a little bit late. Hopefully that doesn't cost him too much gold in EXP.
Right now, Monster Vicious going up against Homeboys. It's 1-0, but I feel like Monster Vicious has not really lose any tempo in this game just because they lost their mid laner a little bit earlier.
It's a slight goalie going into the Homeboys. It doesn't really shift too much because Udil still needs time to actually scale. The same as it can be said about Fakes, right? And now, once again, mid-interaction here. Wow, man, MV is making sure that this river is no man's land. Nobody's able to take full control of it. It's a consistent push and pull.
I'm just worried here, as long as MV...
Oh! This could be a solo kill. Somebody, if only he had Flicker, right? If only he had Flicker.
I wonder if the sprint was a mistake. What if he just forgot to change it? I mean, things happen, you know? Things happen. But the thing that I want to say is that Zorn is showing his face a little bit too much. This is the way that Zorn plays, but if he doesn't have the flicker, he's not going to make a lot of surprise plays. So I feel like if Monster Vicious can calculate how much time he has on the flicker, it's going to be a problem.
Here we go. Once again, great kick onto his face. Got chucked out. Can't do much about that. Zorn secures still on towards Fakes and Zeno. He uses the eye for an eye to make enough space. The Subway peels them away. Nova forced to flicker out. Finally, we see another kill fall into the hands of the Homeboys as Nets continues to dominate his lane.
Every single time I look at the goal lane, it's always Nets there. Ruff is barely in the lane, man. Nets is winning this lane hard.
I mean, he's won the lane almost every single time. All it takes is one interaction for Ruff to really scale back into the game, but that's naturally how the game goes, right? Nets is also going to secure top tier 1, and now the lane swaps will be called in play.
So right now, Zeno, as long as Sapat is there, they should not worry about it. Looking at the items here, feather. Oh, but before that,
Oh, the trading feathered airstrikes for feathered airstrikes. Even an entropy was called from the side of Ruff. He's already super, super low, expecting to see Harrod down on the bottom side. Sapat is going to quickly clear that wave and now start making his way up.
looks like Sapai can go straight for the Hunter Strike, but it looks like Zeno, he has to delay his itemization just a little bit because he needs the steel leg plates to actually manage to defend against the damage coming in from Sapai. So I like the way that he's itemizing, but it does delay his build quite a bit. Speaking of delaying the build quite a bit, looking at Nats, even though he's having a good time in lane, it's only a 500 gold lead. So it's only a component up of Ruff.
Yeah, I will say though that the biggest advantage Sapat has, I mean, look, he's barely taking any damage, but now Electro Final Blow into a heavy spin, mark my words. When I said not enough damage, when you've got help like that to secure kills, you can't do anything. Oh, wait a minute. Good hit coming in from Zorn with the Jeet Kune Do. Praise's Wrath comes out too, but not enough to take the kill away onto Fakes' life. Nets looking for the tier 1 down on the bottom side. Ruff stayed a little too long. Focus on out of there. He's stuck, but really, what can Nova X Kobar do by himself?
I mean, hey, this is Homeboys with their comfort, but I feel like we saw what happened in game number 2. Monster Vicious will find a good fight. And I feel like that's all they need. They just need one good fight, shut down Udil, shut down Nats, let them slump for a little bit, and then just take over the game. I feel like Monster Vicious still has the game in their hands.
Oh, Nova, he's in trouble. Feather Airstrike to ensure the kill. The Chrono Dash from Nats and the Summon once as he runs for a second kill. Ruff is able to save the life of his mid laner once more and finds one. Zeno is going to chase down Udil. He wants to kill bad. He jumps on in and gets the track, but Subway finds on towards Udil. They walk away. 2 for 2 trade. And Monster Vicious also walks away with another turtle.
I was talking about Monster Vicious just need one good fight. That was almost it. That was almost it. Because the one that got taken down was Udil as well as Nets. Those are the members that you don't want to be taken down. If Zorn dies, Zorn dies. If Chibi dies, Chibi dies. You don't let Nets die. You don't let Udil die.
You can't afford to let them die. They are majors. They are people who need to scale, who need to be actively living on the map to get extra income. And I think as of right now, I think Homeboys, they need to show respect to MV. They can't always be making these incredibly crazy plays. They've got to take their time with a lot of these situations. Speaking of which, Zorn gonna get hit by the wall charge. Nova realizes he's in a lot of danger here. GB could punish, but unfortunately, Ruff denies that. Nova, once again, with the power of nature, while it is off cooldown, is able to open up that map. Subway, he sees it. He wants to get on top of Zorn. Zorn disrespects him. He doesn't care. GB can take the damage as well, but they're not finding any holes. The man-to-man defense stands strong.
Looking at the hand cam here for Zorn, he's looking at so many things like items check, my own items check, enemy items check. I don't know, man. He's taking quite a lot of information. I don't know how he can keep up.
I feel like every time he taps the scoreboard button, he's just going one column at a time. Just one column. And now Zorn trying to find the opportunity to get on top of Fakes.
Cancelled.
Canceled straight away. Nicely done by Nova X Kobar, and even dropping down his ult as well. The Wild tries to get him out of there somewhere. He might find a pin on Zorn. He's trapped. He can't get out. IMU comes out as well. Entropy, and it's too late. Ruff is able to get out just in time. The chain CC doesn't make it through. TB ends up being the victim.
I mean, sometimes I don't like being right, man, but Monster Vicious, they're doing it. What was the goalie just now? Close to 2,000?
Close to 2,000, yeah. Breaking into 3, to be fair.
And now, it's almost neutralized. After this Lord, it's probably going to be neutralized. Now, Xenomao has to run away from Subway as well as Udil. And now the Lord has been started by Monster Vicious. Subway, half HP. Udil finds Ruff, but Ruff able to escape.
He's low. He's real low. Sapat, he's on his way to make him find his kill. Nets ends up finding him. Sapat takes the kill onto Subway as well. They can guarantee it's a turnaround for the side of the Homeboys.
That was good coming in from Homeboys. We were talking about the goalie, and now they've taken it back. Now it's 2,000 again for them. And it's all because of Nets. Nets found the opportunity. Udil as well. Udil chunked down Ruff so low that Nats, he just needed the Zaman Force just so that he can get in range with his Chrono Vision. Getting the kill, and now is on Homeboy's plate. This game has been up and down. This game is They're just tossing the ball to each other. It's like, okay, now it's your turn.
Yep.
Okay, now it's my turn. Okay, now it's your turn again.
Oh, speaking of which, Fakes, he might get one shot here, but instantly canceled by Nova X.
Lucky go.
Finds the initial kill. Nets breaks a tier 1, but it's not over just yet. We do see that Sabah looking for anybody who decides to take a safe path out of there through the jungle would get punished. Nicely done from MV, turning this to a 4v5 on a Lord defense.
Now, Sapat finds Xeno. Again, we've been saying this. Xeno is always just a slither of health away, just one jab away from the kill.
And Sapat can't chase, he can't do it just yet. I think at least is stabilizing just a wee bit, but for now, I think that MV have been making very good adaptations here, and they are covering all of their bases now that they kind of recognize what homeboys are looking for.
And I feel like in this game, Ruff has been found out a little bit more than he's comfortable with. So I kind of feel like he has to be careful because he has to purify. He can get away from Zorn, but he can't get away from Udil. So the moment Udil finds him with the feather airstrike, you can't really run away unless you have the entropy. And once you use your entropy, that's your main way to get out of a fight. Once that's done, everyone else has a fair shot onto you.
Yep, a big shot, as a matter of fact. Speaking of which, looking at the overall item, Zeno, he might be in trouble. He's caught out by so many members, can't get out in time. A good collapse from the side of the homeboys, finally punishing the Metal game to a living hell.
And now the Lord is 1 minute away. Monster Vicious, they got to figure out a way how to get a kill onto homeboys. 30, maybe 20 seconds away from
the chain CC and the Simon Force as well. Nova can't do it, but Subway is able to peel him off. GB tries to go around, but the power of nature keeps him alive. Praises Ground comes on through. What? Oh my god, he's dead. He's gone. Feather airstrike, more than enough. Udil does it, capitalizing on the play.
I did not thought that would kill, man.
The passive, man, the passive coming in from Farsa. It feels like, oh, I survived. He didn't proc the lethal ignition, and you see that one bird turn it all around for you.
Dude, Nats is doing so much damage at this point. Xeno can't take it. Face can't take it. Ruff can't take it. This game, Nats is a problem.
He is such a problem. Look at the damage dealt. Holy cow! 44,400.
And Udil's not far behind. Neither is Subbat. But when you look at Fakes, he's the highest from Monster Vision, and he's far away from the damage dealt rankings coming in from homeboys.
He's trying his best. He really, really is. But the thing is, he keeps stealing the Feathered Airstrike in positions far away, so he can't necessarily peel with the initial Shadow Strikes, right? And now, the Lord Dance begins. Looking for that opportunity. Zorn takes a bit of damage here. He thinks he's okay, but now he's brought down to less than 30%. GB is able to get the lockdown, and they force out the entropy. Good resources being blown. Subway, one chance. One opportunity to make this happen. He's gonna try. No, it's too late. GB has already got it. He's too late. He has to drop the Feathered Airstrike on top of him, even though they don't lose too many things off of it. But MV, man, this is looking like the curtain calls for them.
Right now for MV, the burst damage coming in is going to be a lot because Sapat just completed his Blade of Heptasis. So that initial jab is going to hurt much more. So if Xeno has been living with a slither of health, that's not going to be happening after this because looking at the items, Xeno is not building more defense. He's building more damage.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is rough. This is really, really rough. Down on the bot side, we see a 2v1. They find Xeno, which means that it's go time in the mid lane here as Udil drops down the Feathered Airstrike to disperse the fight as much as they can. They're pulling it away. Nova pulls it just enough to reset it. Nicely done, protecting the top inhibitor at the same time. However, this does disrupt the waves. The full force of the homeboys isn't regrouped just yet. Return Feathered Airstrike coming in from Fakes, and now they're going forward. Nova Excova dropping down the Nature's Barrier. Nats?
Ooh, taking down a little bit too much here. Udil's still alive. Zorn as well. Zorn taking a little bit of damage here.
Feather Airstrike once again. GB out of position, locked against the wall, forcing the Retribution. Fakes as well. Should be able to secure this kill with the help of Subway. Nicely done as Monster Vicious sacrificed their inhibitors for another chance in this game.
It's not clean by homeboys. They took way too much damage. Nats was almost dead before the fight even started. And then Chibi was way too far away. To be fair, that was on Subway. Subway managed to actually push him away. But still, homeboys, if they want to end this game, they got to remember, Monster Vicious is a very strong team. You know that they can come back from this. So don't take that chance. Find a cleaner way. Use the Lord Dance, bring MV out, get those kills, get those secure kills, and then end the game cleanly.
I don't know. I gotta give it to MV though. The way that they're peeling backwards in a lot of these fights are very, very good. It's so layered. It's like cutting through a really dense cake with each layer just getting harder to chunk through. And now Sabat, he might actually find an opportunity for a solo kill here, but Subway comes out of the bush, missing the initial hits. Sabat finds the kill on towards Ito, and now the feathered airstrike onto Subway. He loses all of his health. There goes the immortality. The Salmon Force comes out to find Subway. Rough kill sword in the process. A 3-for-1 trade. It's a roamer for a roamer, as well as a jungler and an EXP. It looks like the homeboys have found that opportunity as they rush down the crystal. Feathered airstrike ain't gonna be enough this time. GG, well played as the crowd goes wild for the homeboys. 2-1 victory.
We can definitely see the homeboys crowd celebrate. The Flame Boys are excited over the win against MV, but I gotta say, it's not an easy game. MV brought their A game,
Yung membalikan keadaannya guys ya. Anjay, boleh
I mean,
boleh.
MV made him work
Oke
for
guys, jangan
every
lupa like
inch
dan
of
subscribe
ground,
ya guys ya.
every
Ini
single
game terakhir.
kill. Not
Thank you
this
very much.
time,
Saya
boys.
Rama Kipra. See you
Not
next
this
time.
time.